Alright, welcome back everybody. So, today we're going to start off with looking at this thing again, and then we're going to get on to something else like making our rocket fuel that we have researched now. And I am going to start with the oil processing facility, which I did update, so now our science looks different. I'm quite sure it's only a texture change. Let's go down and check real quick just to make sure nothing looks weird, because I actually hadn't noticed that before. Yep, there's our blue science being made, so yeah, just a texture change. Nothing to worry about. But I had two people send me messages about this core thing, and so I figured this would be a good time to give it another look and see if we can actually get it going. I still stick with the fact that I think that it's way too early for this to be done, that it should be later on in the research, but let's see what we can do. So we're going to turn it on. And the main thing I was told is there are 2 hitboxes here, which is something that definitely should be in the tooltip to tell you or something. And I still stand by the fact that this says to look in the upper top corner, that mod should be a dependency or, something, because that for a tooltip is horrible, in my own opinion. But the inner one is where you see the modules. The outer one actually shows it running, and it has to have these fluids for it to run, and you have to set the channel up here. So I just set that to 1, and it says 1 link beacon, which is this beacon. So as it's not running right now, it's not getting any transmission. Once it kicks back on, which we don't have enough fluid, so as I was told, it probably will take 2 of these to make enough fluid to keep this thing running. But now it should say working, distribution efficiency 0.5, number of affected receivers 2. So these will run. This one I don't think is affected by it, that's why it only says 2. So at some point I will come back and mess with this thing and probably add 1 more of each color to see if we can keep it running. But as I've said multiple times while messing with this thing, beacons are not my thing. I'm not a speed person. As you may have noticed if you watched the first episode of this, I do a very basic start. And if I want more of something, I will make more of them. Not just do beacons and stuff. Eventually, I might start putting the things in there to try to make them a little more efficient, but it's just not my thing. Anyways, let's get down here and look at making our jet fuel or rocket fuel. And our oil processing facility will be done in just a second, and we can take a look at that as well. So the rocket fuel is in this one. Oh, it's done. Alright, so there's our rocket fuel, which is just solid fuel and light oil. And we have solid fuel being made right here out of light fuel anyways. So we should pretty easily be able to just put I'm thinking I might want to put it over here to get it out of the way. because we're not going to have that running up there. We're going to run rocket fuel up there because we want to make sure we have plenty of room down here for all of the cracking type stuff that we're going to be doing. And any more oil refining things that we're going to need to do, which it looks like we have plenty of everything but heavy, but we don't need lots of heavy, so that's good to know. So this one is going to give us a new oil processing facility. It's going to give us a highly advanced oil processing, which is going to use steam and crude oil to give us petroleum gas, acid gas, kerosene, and heavy oil. And then acid gas and steam will give us sulfur and water. Kerosene can be broke down into acidic water, acid gas, and desulfonized kerosene. And then solid fuel can also be made from kerosene and desulfonized kerosene. So what I'm thinking, if that's going to give us, let me go back in there for a minute. So 180 crude oil will give us 80 petroleum gas and 20 heavy oil, along with 80 kerosene. I'm thinking that we might want to trade this out for, well, technically trade all of them out for that new one. Because it's going to give us petroleum gas, but it's also going to give us heavy that we can break down to light. And we can use our kerosene to make the solid fuel. So then the heavy broke down to light would be what we would use for the rocket fuel. I think that's kind of what I'm thinking at the moment. So let's see, that's 180 versus what we're doing right now is 100, which gives 25, 45, and 55. Where if we do this one, it's 180, which is going to give us 80, 80, and 20. And it really seems like the petroleum gas is what we're going to need the most of. So with it being that high, that's good. So let me do a little bit of reworking of this solid fuel here and decide exactly where I want to put it. And then I think what we're going to do is just put a new oil processing facility over here. We just take these and blow this all up here. And I'll make a few of these oil processing facilities and put them out right there. So give me just a minute and I'll be right back with you. Alright, so I think I got this all hooked up now. Just need to put that in there. And we are making our solid fuel into rocket fuel now, which has a fuel value of 100 MJ versus 12 MJ. And vehicle acceleration is boosted from 120 to 180%. And the top speed goes from 105 to 115%. Now, this is very slow, so I'm probably going to have to put in more of them. I want to try to keep this area here in case we need to put in more of these. So I will probably put like 3 more here and then 6 more on top. And if we need more room, we'll worry about that later. But with these doing 100 instead of 50, it should be, or 12, sorry. I was looking at the count rather than what I was saying. So since it does 100 versus the 12 that the other one does, this should be plenty enough for the moment, since this is all we're really using it for is our 2 trains fuel, which we're not even currently using it on this train. I need to get that switched over yet. But all I did was move this line over one so that one could grab it, and then use long arms to put it in there. I'm going to go ahead and grab these and stick them in here so it has some fuel, which I completely cannot figure out where they're at right now because my inventory is a humongous mess. I need to deal with that later. But it looks like everything is running well. So let's take a look at this new oil process. Get all of these. Oh, wait a minute. That's the problem. These are in the wrong spot. I just realized that. That's not going to get any. I need to move them down to there, and then they can get some. Alright. And then I will just take a chest real quick. Throw it not on that side. I want it to empty, so we're going to put it on this side. And we'll just throw all of those into there. And then we'll just put one of these here. And we'll let that clear that out. That'll get that out of my inventory. I need to do that with the pole I have as well. Alright, so anyways, let's take a look at this oil facility. That I have already made. So the outputs, output there, input here, and input there. And we're going to be using it first for that, which I do need to make a second one so we can check out the kerosene cracking as well. So we need to get, we're going to have kerosene come out there, heavy come out there, the ethylene is there, and the acid is there. I really don't like those inputs or outputs. I would rather the 2 of these be together and the 2 of these be together on the side, but I guess we can deal with it. The oil is going to be coming from there, so we'll have it up here, because that'll be simple enough to just run this across like that. And we'll have to get some boilers. Make a couple of these. And we'll put them here side by side. And we can run the water from here over. Which, fine, you're going to be a pain about it. We'll move it down just a bit. And we're going to use the rocket fuel probably. Fuel these. So we're going to do that. Put this up across both of them. and then up there, and now this has its, no it doesn't, there we go, it has its water. We're just going to grab some of these and stick them in for the moment. Once I get this completely out of here, then we'll switch it over. That should be filling up that, and then we need to hook up the oil, so we now have our oil. And I think we're going to go ahead and I'm going to go grab some steel plates, and we're going to switch. We're just going to make 4 more tanks. That way we can see if we have enough steam running yet. One, 2, 3. I need 1 more. That's gonna need some iron. Stand here and get a little bit of both. Alright. And I may eventually change these over to silos, but since I'm only using them as buffers to read, I don't really need a large container for it. So right now, let's just get, we're going to need 1 for there, 1 for there, and then we can do, say, 1 there and 1 there. That there. That to there. That into, oops, there, and that into there. And let's put down a couple lights. And bring over some power. And let's see how this thing runs. How's our steam doing? Just fine. Alright, so that looks good there. It's not really slow. So that looks pretty good. We'll definitely have to make multiple of them, I'm sure. The only issue is the way they output is going to be kind of a pain in the butt to put multiple of them. I pretty much have to have the pipes output always to the left and bottom, and the steam and oil in that way. I can't really reverse it, because then if I reversed it so the oil was coming in here and then put another one there, then the outputs would be on the opposite side as the steam, and the steam would have to go all the way over here. So I basically would have to build another one of these type of facilities, I feel, over here. So it wouldn't be quite as easy as doing this here. And with this being bigger, it should be possible. 1, 2. There's 7 there. I don't understand why all 4 outputs couldn't fit one space like these are on one side and just have the 2 inputs on the top. It would make it way easier to build it up, I guess. But then again, it does have a space for all 4 modules, and so I'm guessing a beacon may work with it as well, so maybe that's the intent, that you don't use multiple of them, you use beacons and modules. speed, efficiency, stokes. I don't know what those are, or gauze. I have no idea what those are. But it will not take the other one. Alright. So we'll put them in there. That'll give it a little bit more efficiency and a little bit more speed. And we'll see how well it can keep up with production. Let's see here. Can you? I'm guessing no. No, you cannot control a facility. I could put a tank in that, like if I put a tank that only connected to these, then I could put a pump on there, or I could put a pump on each one of these that wouldn't allow oil to go into them. That would be a way to stop this from running. I don't know. Let's go ahead and turn on our other research real quick. So we're going to look at industrial glass this time. That'll be our next one, and that'll be the reason for us to use our crusher, which I did want to look at that real quick. So crushed coal. Does crushed coal have a use? So we can use crushed iron, crushed aluminum, and crushed coal to make steel blend, which is something we apparently do not need research to do. Crushed coal and carbon to make carbon fiber, crushed coal, crude oil, and steam. But we need the carbon-based oil processing for that. Crushed coal and kerosene, crushed coal, crushed stone, and corrosive solution, which will give us back a little bit less crushed coal, rich powder, and empty solution container. That's highly advanced purification. And rich powder is rich water, dirty water, and rich water is pure gold. Or can be used to make pure niobium, pure titanium, pure lead. Okay, so that's going to be a way to get those minerals. But again, that's not anything we're going to be doing anytime soon. Alright, so let's look at steel. This must be a new update from last time when I was making steel in the beginning of this. So iron plate takes 5-to-1, or molten iron 500-to-1, 500 iron. I have no idea why that says iron and then iron, because Fe is iron on the periodic table. So whatever that is, I'm guessing this is this is going to be fusion level stuff, so nothing we're going to be doing anytime soon. And then we have this one which says it's red, so we're not going to be able to do it. Can we not make crushed aluminum yet? No. Crushed iron. Okay, so what is keeping us from doing that recipe? Crushed stone, crushed coal, crushed energy crystal, crushed lithium. Okay, so we can't make crushed iron right now. or crushed aluminum, even though it does not say that it's behind research. So I don't know if that's something they're currently working on. So we're going to have to stick with the steel the way we're making it right now. And I will check back on that later on and see if there's another way of making steel that way later. I'm guessing that's just a hidden recipe. It may be a thing where it's for compat with another mod, maybe. Alright, looks like we're good on our fuel here. Yep, we are good on fuel there. So I'm going to go ahead and run this over. I can go ahead and take out, well, technically we can take out this entire belt here, because we're going to run our fuel over to that boiler as well. No real reason that I see not to. We just put that right there, and we can run that right across there, which actually means we could get rid of this belt down here and reuse this belt that we already have here, just getting the coal out of it. So I think that's what I'm actually going to do. I'm going to have to empty my pockets of some stuff so I can get that done. And then I will be back with you guys in the next one, and we'll start taking a look at the crushing facility and what we can actually use it for right now. That right there. Anyways, I'm going to clean this all up. This has been a little bit less of a productive video, but we at least got this thing figured out. I'm going to decide what I want to do here. I like the more compact of these, but I'm thinking this will be a lot less. We're not going to have to run two different facilities, so I got to decide what I'm going to do here. So when we come back, this may look a little different. I will save the automating with the red wire to show you guys exactly what I did with it if I decide to change this over. But I will see you next time. Have a good one.